Gone 7 o'clock, and it's time for State of the Nation, where we put our hand on the pulse of the nation and find out whether we have a healthy heartbeat on certain things. Today, we'd like to talk about the government's housing plan, which has had quite a number of people debating about it. And of course, the question is whether that's what Kenyans need. To have this conversation, we continue with Honorable TJ Kajwang, Member of Parliament, Ruaraka. We have Honorable Beatrice Elachi, Speaker of the Nairobi County Assembly, and Honorable Tom Odege, who's Member of Parliament, Nyatike, but also the Secretary General for Kenya Civil Servants. And we're going to continue with that conversation. But before we continue, just a quick reminder of the question that we're asking. And we asked whether Kenyans feel that this particular exercise should be suspended. We do know that the court has done that already, but should government reconsider the housing fund levy? Should government reconsider the housing fund levy is the question that we're asking you. I'll be reading through your comments as we carry on. But before we get the debate going, let's just set the pace with what the KOTU Secretary General Francis Atwoli had to say on behalf of the Workers' Union. Let's listen into what he had to say in regards to this particular fund.
Na tuka-advise government, it will not be easy kwa ajili wananchi hawana pesa. Na president alikuwa anataka 0.5. Mtu alipropose 1.5 at that time was Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. Alipropose, tukasema hiyo iko juu sana. Baadaye tukaenda kotini, tukasimamisha. Tulisimamisha, hii ni project wangeli implement last year. Lakini tulipofika January, tukaanza majadiliano na serikali. Tukajadiliana 1 week. Kwa ajili mwaka jana mwezi wa Mei, wakati wa Labor Day, President kupitia kwa waziri yake aliongeza mshahara wa Kenya na 5% iende juu. Na kwa ajili ya utatanishi ndani ya uchumi, wizi ndani ya serikali, nini na nini, hiyo 5% was not implemented.
All right, so sometimes it's difficult to separate the politics of things and the facts, but let's stick to what we know, and that is the fact that the government had proposed that beginning May that would have 1.5% deducted from all salaried workers. Let me start with you, Honorable Tom Odege, on the question of whether this is something that you find is necessary for us as Kenyans.
Thank you very much. Allow me first to declare my interest, because I represent workers in this country, and again in the National Assembly I sit in the Committee of Housing, and it's like I know more about what's going on now. What I can say about the statement from KOTU Secretary General, Atwoli is a man I really respect, but on this one he missed the point, because Atwoli managed to get a very good order stopping this thing. I don't know what convinced him to withdraw that order last minute. It was a disappointment to the majority of us. We never expected somebody of Atwoli's caliber to do that, because Atwoli has been known to be a person who is defending the rights of the workers in this country. And this thing was killing every worker. When we come to Parliament, under the Housing Department, the person who is not keen to help the country achieve this housing fund or housing project is the PS himself. PS Hinga appeared severally before the committee where I sit in, and we have told him what we expect from him. You cannot create housing fund without any structure, without any scheme, without involvement of stakeholders, and you expect that thing to serve the interests of people who are contributing. This housing, the way it's being done hurriedly, it will not see the light of the day. We Kenyans need to think through this thing and agree. I agree with the president when he talked about affordable housing. Everywhere in the world, that's the direction people are going. But it should be made acceptable to the people and the country at large. What we are doing currently is an additional tax to the people of Kenya in the name of housing. But we don't have any single structure which can accommodate what's going on.
So since you sit in Parliament and you have all this information and What do you see as the plan for the 1.5? Because maybe there is a good idea behind it, but it seems to be taking a wrong turn.
That's what I've started by saying, that the idea is good, because we need to have houses. We need to have affordable housing in this country. But how do we do it? We have not even benchmarked with any single country. Me, as a union, I've made our own arrangements at the union level, and we visited some countries like Nigeria, those who have made an attempt, and we know what they're doing. But the current one, even if you deduct this money next month, you take it to the government treasury, the treasury will transfer it to the Ministry of Housing to do what with it? After taking it to the Ministry of Housing to invest it, do you trust the money deducted from the workers to be invested by a ministry without a board of trustees, without an account where this money is going to be deposited to, without clearly telling the beneficiaries what they are going to gain out of it?
Odege, your thoughts on the plan and whether you feel